Just before we get going now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome aboard the amphibious Delton. My name is Peyton, and I'll be your tour guide for the next 8.5-mile journey, half on land and half on water. Now, if you guys do have any questions for me throughout today's tour, just feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to respond. But if I don't know the answer, I'm just going to make something up. Alright folks, we have now reached our first point of interest on today's tour. If you guys look off either side of the duck, you'll notice these hand-carved granite statues. These granite statues once sat atop the Chicago Board of Trade building until 1932, when it was redecorated by a stick of dynamite. They're then brought back here by Miss Helen Robb to decorate her home, Dawn Manor. Now we'll be talking about Miss Helen Robb and her home, Dawn Manor, later on in today's tour. So let's keep that in the back of your mind. Just a couple of quick facts about this big green machine. She was built in 1942 in Pontiac, Michigan for World War II. She's 8 feet 2 inches wide, 9 feet tall, 32 feet long, and weighs a slim and slender 7.5 tons. Now this thing can go 5 to 6 knots on water, 40 miles per hour on land. But just here today, I got this thing going 250 right over this very track strip.
Look at the deer. Look. Kayla. Little baby.
Is it a deer or a doe?
It's a doe.
Now, if you guys do happen to fall out of today's tour, just make sure you grab that person next to you, because I don't stop for just one. If you guys do happen to see any more wildlife on today's tour, just make sure to point out for me so we can all stop it and get a good look. There's just some wildlife on our left there. A little baby stop sign. They grow up so fast. Alright folks, we're now about to enter the very dangerous S-turns. So if you guys could do me a favor, reach under your seat and grab those red safety belts.
Look at this. Oh wow, look how cool.
We have now just entered Fern Dell. Now Fern Dell is home to a wide variety of ferns, including the red fern, the blue fern, the green fern, pink fern, pink fern, pink fronted fern, the striped fern, polka dot fern, the Phineas and fern. And that rare patch off to our left, the invisible fern. But you guys might also notice a slight drop of temperature down here. That is for two reasons. One, the trees above you act as a canopy, blocking out any sunlight, and the rocks on either side of you take in a lot of moisture, making this place like a natural air conditioner. Fern Dell is actually 10 to 15 degrees cooler than any place in the Wisconsin Dells. There you have it, folks. The Pacific Ocean. Alright, now I have just disengaged my wheels. So if you guys look off either side of the dock, you will see them slowly sinking to the bottom. But just like that, we're now full of the Wisconsin River. The Wisconsin River is actually one of the hardest working rivers in the world. And over the 430-mile stretch, there are 27 hydroelectric dams, including one right here in the Wisconsin Dells. First rock formation of the day. It's called Pulpit Rock. It's that mushroom-shaped rock up to the left there. Now there's a story that goes behind Pulpit Rock, and it goes like this. There was once a traveling preacher that could travel the United States, preaching to a lot of people. That one weekend, he stopped right here in the Wisconsin Dells area and sat on top of that rock and preached all the Native Americans who sat on their canoes in the Wisconsin River. Then one day, all the Native Americans started to fall asleep on him. So he decided to spice things up a bit. So he went into town and bought a baby grand piano to play for them. Then that night, a huge thunderstorm rolled through the area. A bolt of lightning came down and struck the rock, cutting completely in half. And a big boom of thunder actually shook that baby grand piano right off the other side of the rock. Where it still lays there today with his right leg laying on the rock. And the keys, they sit in the heavens. about the river is why it has this brown and mucky color to it. Well, that's because in northern Wisconsin, the river flows through the tamarack swamps. And the tamarack swamps give off something called tannic acid, which gives it this color. Tannic acid is actually very harmless though, and found in your everyday drinks like Coke, Pepsi, iced tea, coffee, and my personal favorite, that bottle of Jack Daniels I polished off right before today's tour. We're now coming up on our second and most famous rock formation of the day. It's called Hawk's Beak. Now to find Hawk's Beak, just follow this shoreline all the way down to that corner, and then look about 40 feet up in the air. Now if you guys can use your imaginations a little bit, the top of the rock there could be the Hawk's upper beak. And part of the rock in the middle that sticks out could be the Hawk's tongue. And then that part of the rock that hooks up could be the Hawk's lower beak. But if you guys stretch your imaginations even further, that slit in the rock there could be the Hawk's eye. Then that part of the rock coming towards us could be the Hawk's upper shoulder and wing as it soars across the Wisconsin River. Hawk's Beak was actually featured in Lifetime magazine in 1967. Might be wondering about this rock on either side of the Wisconsin River. Well, it's called Potsdam sandstone. Actually a very rare type of sandstone that is only found on 4 places on the entire earth. Potsdam, Germany, where it got its name. Is there in Switzerland, upstate New York, and this 10-mile stretch along the Wisconsin River. Now, if I were to hand everyone a piece of this rock, you'd be able to crush it in your hand. That's how soft it is. It's also a very porous rock, which means it takes and stores in a lot of water, which is why you see all these trees and shrubs growing on it with very little topsoil. scenery over there to the right. Well, that is where one of the worst natural disasters happened in this area's history. Just on the other side of that highway there is Lake Delton. And back in the summer of 2008, Wisconsin received several straight days of rain, causing Lake Delton to rise 51.5 inches. Eventually caused it to flood all over that highway, destroying the entire thing. And in just under 2 hours, the entire 267-acre lake was drained into the Wisconsin River, taking all the fish, trees that used to be there, and 5 vacation homes with it. And if you guys take a look out to your left, where the grass meets the sand there, that'll give you an idea of just how high the water was that day. It's on Lake Delta Breach. I'll be showing you guys some pictures of it later on in today's tour. Take this tour about 116 years ago. Off the right bank here would be the city of Newport. Newport was actually one of the biggest cities in Wisconsin with over 2,000 people. Now, it had been rumored that the Milwaukee Railroad Company wanted to build a bridge right here on the Wisconsin River. The people in Newport found out about this and quickly started buying up all the land around in hopes to sell it back to the railroad company for ridiculous prices. But once the railroad company figured out they could no longer afford their project here, they moved it 2 miles upstream to a town named Kilbourne. Kilbourne there got renamed to Wisconsin Dells. But this was kind of like a blessing in disguise, because then in the early 1900s, a forest fire swept through this Newport area, destroying everything in its path, except for just one building. That building is Dawn Manor. It'll be seen in about 10 to 15 minutes. Dell Creek. Now, Dell Creek does have a very long history of getting ducks stuck and might go bumpy. It's also the location of our first water-to-land movement. And off to your left is the W.J. Newman Dam, which was built in 1927 to make artificial Lake Delton. Now back in 2008, when the lake flooded over, this dam did actually not break. But after that, it received over $1.5 million worth of upgrades to make sure to be able to hold back that much water if something like that ever happened again. How would you guys like to go into Lake Delton today? Fast or slow?
Fast.
Fast. All right, so there might be a slight miss coming over the front of the duck and hitting myself and the first couple of rows.
Oh, good.
But that is nothing compared to the 25-foot tidal wave that comes over the back of the duck. So if you guys do have any personal belongings on the floor, I do suggest picking those up. If there's anything floats to the front, I keep. Except for small children, you can have those back.
I guess he wasn't kidding.
Did it get wet down there? Stomp your foot a little bit.
to your left at this house right here, well, that is Dawn Manor. Dawn Manor was built in 1855 by Captain Abraham Vanderpool. Vanderpool was kind of like a local celebrity. He was co-signer of the Wisconsin State Constitution and good friends with our 16th President, Abraham Lincoln. Now the house bounced around from owner to owner and eventually fell in the hands of Miss Helen Robb. Now, Miss Helen Robb was quite the world traveler. She went on 15 world tours, bringing back artifacts from each one of them to decorate the inside of the home, which is why Dawn Manor has an estimated value of over $1.8 million. I'll be showing you guys some pictures of the inside of Dawn Manor later on in today's tour. This bay in the lake here is exactly where the lake flooded into the Wisconsin River. So if you guys could imagine all the trees that used to be there. And those benches over there, that is where the 5 vacation homes were that got washed away. Now it took the city of Lake Delton over 3 months and $3.6 million to restore this area. With all the rushing water, I got very lucky and missed my house off to the left. Center Dell Scenic Park. Now Dell Scenic Park is home to a wide variety of wildlife, including the white-tailed deer, the fox, the squirrel, the raccoon, the badger, the beaver, the gopher, fingers, rhinos, hippos, lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! Swerve and hit them. Now you might be wondering why I would do such a horrible thing. Well, that's because here at the original Wisconsin Ducks, we're all die hard Green Bay Packer fans. Except for myself, I'm a Vikings fan. But you still get the joke. Do we have any roller coaster fans on board? Here comes Roller Coaster Hill.
I don't like that at all. Right. For real.
Alright folks, we have now reached Last Look Point. Now Last Look Point gets its name for 2 reasons. One, this is the last good look you guys will be getting at the Wisconsin River. And 2, we're sitting atop Suicide Hill. But if you guys are scared of Suicide Hill like I am, just close your eyes.
What the hell are you driving?
Now, if you guys take a look onto your right, you'll notice why Suicide Hill gets its name with that 50-foot drop-off. But here at the original Wisconsin Ducks, we're about your safety, so we installed that steel mesh barricade. Now, I know what you're thinking, don't be silly, Peyton, that's just chicken wire. But hey, down the hardware store assured me, hold back a chicken. They certainly hold back a duck. And off to your left is the beautiful Lake Goodell's. Now, Lake Goodell's only has one main purpose for the area. That is to breed the Wisconsin State summer bird, the mosquito.
Good.
Oh my God.
We have now descended the Lowland Trail. Now, I've been told that the Lowland Trail is one of the most beautiful parts of today's tour. So if you guys a favor, I'm going to shut the mic off. Let nature do the talking. We're now making our way into Redbird Gorge. As I mentioned earlier on today's tour, the duck is only 8 feet 2 inches wide. And the most narrow part of Redbird Gorge is 8 feet 6 inches wide, giving me just 4 inches room to work with. So if you guys do happen to notice any green paint on today's rocks, you can just ignore it. Was it me? to send her to the Helen Robb tree plantation. Now that forest fire that swept through Newport also swept through this entire area, destroying all vegetation. But the generous and nature lover that Miss Helen Robb was, she decided to come back and plant all of these trees in the most natural way possible. Perfectly straight rows.
Alrighty, just for a tour, I'll come around and collect those red round trip tickets you guys got. I'll show you guys all those pictures I was talking about.
It looks so beautiful here.
It does.
Wow. I never used
Thanks.
These books are called Old Trails and DuckTales, kind of just like a travel guide. Just covers a lot more information about everything. Just a lot more than I could get to in our time here together. But if you guys flip to page 22 through 24 in the booklet there, that will cover the Lake Delton breach.
Oh, it's funny too.
Look at the bottom. Make sure you remember.
And that road there is actually County Highway A, which we had to just cross there.
So this is 28, 20.
Yeah, this is funny.
And then page 27 and 28, that'll be the inside of Dawn Manor for you.
Fern? Oh, that's so nice. I can't wait to go back.
So you ain't just I ain't gonna fuck play with them.
What is that?
And then if you guys flip all the way to the back of the booklet there, you just get a map of the
I'm
trails I
not
was
gonna look
supposed to
into it.
take you on.
You trying to distract y'all.
Supposed to.
Oh boy.
Distract y'all.
It's pretty cool.
I ain't looking at it.
Then right in the middle of the booklet there, I'm sure you guys have noticed some coupons for some local Dells attractions. Altogether, those coupons will save you upwards of $80.
Oh.
And then in that white envelope there, just 9 postcards inside with 7 pictures in color of how we use the ducks today. Then 2 pictures of the ducks that were taken back in World War II. They're in black and white. But as you guys might have guessed, there is a catch that comes along with the books and cards. They are for sale today, like most things in the Dells. It comes at a cost of $5 altogether. But before you chuck them out the window, I'll just give you guys a quick explanation. So I actually buy all these books and cards from the company. I then sell them back to all of our customers. Then through the sales of these books and cards, as well as any tips or gratuity I receive, is actually how I make my money here as a duck driver. So none of the money goes back to the company at all. Then just a little bit about myself. My name is Peyton Rowling. I'm 23 years old. I was born and raised here in Wisconsin Dells. I graduated from Wisconsin Dells High School. I recently graduated from the University of Wisconsin La Crosse with a degree in exercise sports science. And it's my 10th year with the company and 5th summer driving as well. Then if you guys had any questions about myself, the Dells, the duck, the tour, or anything like that, I'd be happy to answer those for you.
That's cool.
But if not, no questions. Like I mentioned, books and cards all together, $5. Then just a few moments here, I'm gonna start my way in the back there. Just make my way forward collecting. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Totally good.
Why?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you.
Now, if you guys take a look out to your right, you'll notice a series of 4 tin sheds. Well, that is where our ducks hibernate all winter, so you can party all summer long. The tan one back there, that is where we house 7 year-round mechanics like to work on these bad boys. Like to all our quack doctors. But just like all good doctors, I can't say them all. I get up on our left, it's our duck graveyard. On behalf of the original Wisconsin Ducks and myself, I thank you guys again for coming out to ride my tour today. And please enjoy your stay here in the beautiful Wisconsin Dells area. Now, if you guys could do me one last favor, I'm just going to get the duck parked. I'll make my way all the way to the back, and then you guys can start exiting. Thanks again, guys.
Alrighty, thanks again, guys. I know you guys.
Considerably easing the supplies problem, the amphibious vehicles affectionately called ducks have delivered the goods as required all along the east coast of the Great Lakes.
Once safely ashore, the ducks operated as regular army trucks.
Yeah, with it. Because the guys would come in and destroy like the German bridges and stuff. So their tanks couldn't get through. And then our guys could still get around because they had the ducks.
The battle for Sicily and